What's good, y'all? It's your boy CrayG. Welcome back to another video. Today's video, man, as you guys can see, we are back on Carx Drift Racing Online, man. It's been a little while since I actually dropped a video on this game, but nevertheless, man, we back and we got a new mod to show off. Probably one of the best mods that I feel turns Carx into like a completely different game in terms of feeling wise, the way you build your cars, the way you tune them, and it just changes a whole lot of things, right? As you guys seen in the title and the thumbnail, today we're gonna be talking about PRM, aka Patty's Realism mod. Shout out to that man Patty. I find myself now where I load up Carx, and when I forget to turn the mod on, I just can't play Carx without PRM. And basically what PRM is, so if I hit minus on my keyboard, boom, so it says Realism 1.1, right? Right now I have it disabled. And I have a preset menu up which shows all the tires that are currently available to be used right now. It shows my front left tire, front right, rear left, and rear right. And I have fuel settings as well, right? So if I go ahead and enable the Realism mod, you see this little thing pop up at the bottom, right? And you can move all of these menus around to place them wherever you want, just to kind of get it out of your way or whatever you want. And there's a UI scale button here. There are settings, so you can turn off certain animations, turn off certain things, so you can get rid of durability if you don't want, you know, your tire's durability to go down. You can alter adhesion, tire pressure, you can turn off tire popping, turn off fuel, stuff like that, right? So when all of these are green, that means they're enabled. When they're red, they're disabled. Front left, front right, rear left, and rear right tires that I can reset individually or reset all together, right? So currently on the front, I'm running used comp tires, and on the rear, I'm running NF tires. There's a bunch of tires to choose from. We got Valino Grivas, Pergeas, GTs. We got Brady's eBay specials, NF tires, VR Vultures. We got Jenny's shit spec. And then we go into our more grippy tires here, right? Used comp tires, Nexans, Nittos, Falcon Zeniths, Goodyears, P0s. So these are, you know, as you go further down the list, you're experimenting with more grip. I've experimented with pretty much all of these tires, right? And I feel like it's best to throw some kind of grippier tires on the front, and then your tires on the rear can be, you know, this top half right here, and then the bottom half are obviously for VDS and stuff like that, right? More grip, more power type shit. Lower power, less grip. You get the gist, right? So I'm running low on fuel. I'm gonna go ahead and refuel. And it takes a little second for it to happen. It doesn't take super long, but it takes a little second to refuel, right? Depending on how much you wanna refuel. You can change the amount of how much you wanna refuel here as well with this little slider bar. So we're gonna close this out, and I'm gonna show you guys how it works pretty much. Let's go ahead and just go into a little burnout, right? Let's get the tires warmed up. See, we start to get a little smoky here, right? So we just gonna let them burn for a little bit. You can see the colors on the rear tires start to change, right? It starts to go for, you know, more of a warmer look. You can tell the tires are warming up, right? Because that blue is super cold. That blue is super cold. So once you start to, you know, warm the tires up, you can see the colors changing there as the tires are getting warmer. And the warmer your tires are, the more tread you'll lose, like quicker type of thing. So you see, after this burnout, I'm damn near getting to the point where my tires are red hot right now. And as you can see, I don't know if you can tell yet, but that little bar on the bottom left, the two green bars that showed next to my rear tires, that bar is starting to lower, which means that I'm losing grip, right? So the more I drift around, the more grip I lose. You're gonna get a different feeling with every lap you do, right? So it's really just about finding a balance between grip and power ratio, right? Because if you got a car that has a whole lot of power, right? Let's say you're running 1,000 horsepower or something like that. That's usually, you're gonna want maybe some comp tires there, right? Because you're gonna have a lot more wheel spin. The grip of your tires are gonna counteract that wheel spin, you know? With this tire mod, you're gonna start experimenting with lower power builds, right? Lower horsepower builds and stuff like that, which is, you know, it's not anything new. This is why I say it kind of turns it into a completely different game because of the feeling you get, right? Like I said, no lap is gonna feel exactly the same. You're gonna notice the changes in grip, you know? The differences and how you can pull certain corners, right? If you can sweep that outside zone, if you have to go a little bit shallow, my tire wear is just going down, right? One thing I will say, unfortunately, this mod is only on PC at the moment. There's really no way to get it to console, you know, so that kind of sucks, man. Like, you know, rest in peace console users, I'm sorry, okay? You know what I'm saying? I wish this type of stuff could be available on console for everybody to enjoy. You know, maybe one day, right? As you can see, my tires got way too hot in the beginning, right? When I was doing my little burnouts, and they're gone. They're gone. Like, my tires are literally gone. As you can see here, so definitely we still got some durability left. Is that my tires got way too hot in the beginning. I let them get too hot and I just started drifting immediately. And as you can see, they're pretty flat now, right? My tires are flat. And that will affect your ability to drive around. As you can see, the front tires are still completely fine. Boom, right? And if we go back and look at our rears, we're sitting on some flats right now. You know what I mean? So that will definitely affect your ability to be able to go around the track, especially when you start to dip into the higher gears, right? First gear, I'm still getting a good amount of wheel spin. I jump into second gear. You can see I'm kind of starting to bog a little bit. The little bit of tread that I have left on the tires is helping me out. But let's say I want to jump up into third gear. Look at that. Look at that. It's just, I just bog. You know what I mean? So then it makes it to where it slows the pace a little bit, which a lot of people, you know, are not really with a slower pace. It is what it is. Like I said, people love to hot lap in this game. That's really Carx. You just hot lap and hot lap and hot lap and hot lap. And like I said, my front tires are fine, so I don't even need to reset those, right? So if I just want to reset my rear tires, I could just turn off the fronts real quick and reset tires. The car will do this little animation. It'll raise up. And as you can see, it's like your tires are being changed. You know, it'll raise the car up, boom, throw a new set of tires on the rear, and then it'll throw a new set of tires here on this side. And once that's done, the car will lower back down. As you can see, boom, lower back down. We're good. We're ready to go. I can turn that back off. If you look at the menu back down on the bottom left, you see my tires are back to normal, right? I'm getting a little bit more speed because I have so much more grip now, right? The tires are way grippier. But as I'm drifting and doing laps and going around, you see my tires are already starting to warm up, right? And the durabilities differ between which tires you use. So it's all about just experimenting with what feels the best for you. I haven't experimented with this mod as far as using a wheel yet. I don't know if there will be any changes in feeling in that regard, but I would just have to test it out and let you guys know. But it's really all about just getting used to the feeling. Just getting used to the feeling and making changes and adapting, man. Because, I mean, we all know that Carx just gets boring after a while, right? So you want some things to kind of spice it up a little bit, make it feel a little bit new, keep your interest in playing it, you know? Because, I mean, let's just be honest, we're all waiting for Carx Street, right? If you throw this mod on one of your, you know, cars that you have already tuned, you know, ultimate, maxed out power, whatever your adhesion you're running, 90 adhesion, 100 adhesion, whatever, right? As soon as you throw the mod on it, it's gonna feel completely different. Like, I'm telling you, it's gonna feel completely different. And once you start to get used to it, you're gonna end up going back and rebuilding all your cars, retuning them all, the gear ratio, everything will need a change because it just gives you a completely different feeling. All right, so we're gonna go into the tune that I have right now on this car. Currently, I'm running an ultimate setup with 350 horsepower, 407 Newton meters of torque. When we go to the engine tab in the dyno stand, we can see 350 horsepower, 301 pound-feet. Literally, where you get the most power from when building your car and when you're tuning the engine is the turbocharger air pressure. As you can see, with every little 0.1 I go up, it just increases the power completely, right? So if I go all the way up and max out the turbocharger air pressure, it shoots us up to 1500 horsepower, right? I could drop that back down, lower my max torque a little bit, kept my rev limiter up, and I'm around 350 horsepower, which is a lot lower power, but it's doable and it feels really good with the tire mod. That can jump into how you know, tune your tires as well, the tire width, the tire pressure, tire profile and stuff like that. You just kind of got to play around with it and make changes and test them and see how it feels to your liking. So I just jumped into an online lobby, right? An online Red Rock lobby. And we're going to jump around and we're going to try to get some tandies in, man. I'm a little rusty. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. So, hey, you know what I mean? No promises that it's going to be super smooth. But so if I pull up the mod, you see here we got our tires. If I keep it enabled, whatever lobby I go into, it'll re-enable itself when I join the lobby. I disable it, it'll be gone. All right, here we go. They're going. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully I don't, you know, send anyone into the void, you know what I mean? Now there will be a little bit of a difference in terms of how other people, you know, have their cars tuned, right? So if you're in a lobby with a bunch of console players who don't really have the mod, their cars are obviously going to be tuned differently. They may be a little bit faster, they may have a little bit more grip, you know, whatever the case may be. But you just kind of have to adapt to that situation. You can see I'm not doing too bad in terms of keeping up with this FC here. Granted, you know, a little bit of a slow boy, you know what I'm saying? Low-key want to try to shoot in front of this FC, but it's like all over the road, man, all over the place. I don't know if that's just ping though, doing its thing, you know. The ping is doing its thing. But if you could take a look right here, I'm not too heavy on the throttle. I've been kind of like modulating the throttle a little bit, and I've had to, you know, back off a little bit. Let me see if I can catch up to this guy right here. He's been gapping us this whole time. Oh. So you can see my tires are red, but I still got a good amount of durability. Oh, he pulls a 360. All right, guy. So my tires right now, you can see I'm maybe, you know, a third of the way through my grip. And that was what, like 1 lap, right? That was 1 lap. But if I continue to hot lap with my tires being this hot, whoa, the durability will just continue to decrease, you know? It'll decrease at a higher rate the hotter my tires are. Right now, if I want to just cool it down a little bit, let my tires rest and get cold again, I can do that, right? I can chill and just let them cool down, and obviously the color will gradually go back up to blue. It'll go through all the colors that we saw earlier in the video, and it'll go back up to blue like my front tires. Now the front tires are losing durability as well, but not as fast as the rear tires. But if you were to do a different type of build, as in like a race build or something like that, you would notice how all of your tires react to the PRM mod based on the actions you're doing. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, my guy. Oh, red tire smoke. What lobby did I join? I mean, we just hopped in a random lobby, you know? They're like, oh my God, this guy is fucking slow. But this lap feels completely different. I feel I can swing more out, you know, on this lap because of how much less grip that I have. You can see my tires are getting to that point where they're almost out of there. You know what I mean? I just got cut in front of again. Damn, I'm slow. So look, when you start to get to that point, you can see this, right? I'm damn near running on fumes right now. I'm on fumes right now. If I stay on the throttle, my tires are just gonna pop. Look, there goes my right tire. My left tire popped. It's gone. There goes my left tire. As you can see, they look all flat now. It's like, yeah, I'm just scraping right now. So now I have to go in and, you know, make some changes and stuff, which calls for a little bit of a break, which is good every now and then. You know what I mean? So if you're on PC, I encourage you all to try out Patty's Realism mod. I'll leave the links in the description to the ZML Discord. You need ZML for it to work. ZML is the new mod manager for Carx. I'll leave the link in the description to all of that stuff. So make sure you guys check it out. Don't forget to leave a like and hit that sub button if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.